inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they come off a disappointment last time after putting an end to their minus 3-game win streak. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run it again with Henry. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. You look at the defense for these Texans. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
Delson in motion. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll make it 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Fielded just inside the 20. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Ravens will take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
3rd and 3. Now Jackson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Texans will take over. Play action. Here's Stroud. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, and maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Stroud to throw it. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And it's 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Pass complete, Joe Mixon out of the backfield. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And not the result they were hoping for there, at least in terms of the kick team, as that'll get out of bounds at just the 35-yard line. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. First carry now for Justice Hill. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
That's good for Baltimore. First down.
First down, and it's Hill again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Texans' 42-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Will come up 2nd and 7. Now Stroud. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Returnable here from the 38. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now here come the Ravens. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab the jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. They go play action now. Jackson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. On 4th down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. And this one is right down the middle. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
But what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And the Texans first down.
Nixon with a first down carry. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. And Stroud now to throw. Oh, that's in the double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
The Ravens take over first.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This is 2nd and 8. Jackson finds his man over the middle. It's likely.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Out now is a punter, Jordan Stout.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Throwing now is Stroud. That's complete to Dell. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
14. First down, Houston.
A handoff, running left, Mixon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Stroud out of the gun here. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now a pause for the injury, and that is, yes, Joe Mixon clearly in some discomfort following that last play. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded at the 20. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series, so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Jackson now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. That's returnable now for Smith. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He'll get this in the hands of Nico Collins.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Stroud. That is caught. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Stroud working out of the gun. Short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So a tremendous play there defensively to force the turnover and turn it into 6 points. But now while that was going on, we do have an injury there on the field. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
And the Texans first down.
On the bootleg, Stroud. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there for us.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Here's Tommy Townsend on the punt. That's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggle, still winning here in the 2nd quarter. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Looking for Hopkins, and he's got him on the crossing route. So the big gain, all for naught for the offense. That yellow flag is going to bring it back.
Oh, what a tough look for the offense because they see all that yardage lost and that ball's walked back and then some behind the original line of scrimmage.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Looking to put a drive together. Here's Stroud. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. David Ojabo running in to take him down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out. out bootlegging. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. From the gun on third down, Stroud. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. And the good news, his team's winning. And the bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
He probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
The Ravens had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throwing is Jackson. Dancing to his left. The quick feed by Jackson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now it's Jackson. Short one there, caught by Likely. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37.
On for the field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They'll complete this one to Collins. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Stroud looking to throw. Going out wide, finds Chubb. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. Stroud to throw it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Got a man. It's Collins complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker.
Formation for the Texans.
Now on fourth down on as the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 18. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our... Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a give to Henry. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven.
First down carry for Henry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Again, it's Henry. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
All right. Tony.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stroud. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. David Ojabo able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Stroud. That's complete to his rookie 2nd-round pick. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
18.
They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 47-yard line.
And Stroud now to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. They bring him in off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaini Fairbairn comes on. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Now a first carry for their fullback. And a short gain there, so get it up only to about the 24. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over. Throwing now is Stroud. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
18, what's that?
Man in motion left. That's Collins. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's over the middle into the hands of Noel. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Ravens' 44-yard line.
18. What's that?
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. The Texans send the punter out. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And now that'll kick out of bounds, and this is going to be spotted back at their own 30. Oh, man. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jackson now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. They'll run straight ahead with Hill. What a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. They go play action now. Jackson. This is caught. Touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back now in Baltimore. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. The pass caught by his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Stroud. This one left side caught by Collins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Play action. Stroud now. Drops it off for Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Now good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
First down, Texans.
Stroud out of the gun here. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
Second and 5 at the 27-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Stroud keeps it. And he is going to have the Texans first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
118.
We ran it last time. Now Stroud will throw it. So nothing doing there. And it'll be second down.
That's a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Only quick, right? 18. What's that?
Yards to go.
Here's Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
All right.
Chubb trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Brings up second and goal.
All right.
On the bootleg, Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Irv Smith Jr., his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now, you may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
A gain of a yard.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
180. Set up. 180. Set up.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Ball start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
They set up the screen to Hill. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 42. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he stopped immediately there. Danico Autry is in on the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
Jackson now. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Tyler Luke on for the Ravens field goal. A 57-yard.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
Now Stroud. For Kidder here, it's complete. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up
Stroud to throw it. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
It's 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
Throw left side to Higgins. And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
A gain of 7. And the Texans.
Again, it's Stroud. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
In motion right, that's Collins. And Stroud now to throw. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Stroud looking to throw. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is going to have a Texans first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. Looking to throw. Stroud. Throwing middle, and it's complete. 2nd and 6 coming up.
4 yards on the pickup.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3. Here's Stroud. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And the Texans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Nick Chubb, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I know we're there, wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses.